Hi everyone, this is a quick video regarding some of the negative experiences I have had since my spiritual awakening. Thank you for being here, much love to each and every single one of you. Now there isn't that much, I can speak a bit louder. I couldn't speak much last night because it was maybe pushing 1 o'clock in the morning and obviously I have people around. The negative experiences I have had since my awakening include some of the following. It's not a full rundown, I suppose. Pretty much because there haven't been that many, given that I was thrown in at the deep end and went from the human side of being to the more spiritual side of being. I've only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 9 experiences. 2 of them are not the same as the others, and these are more dream related rather than visions or anything like that. They were within lucid dreams. The first 2 were kind of visions. Anyway, I'm just going to get into it and then you can let me know what you think. There was an entity of a little girl, but she had been burnt to death in her cot, and I saw her and I saw where it happened. Now, it wasn't so much negative, it was more, that was more graphic, I suppose. I wanted to help her. I was new to things at the time. I didn't really know what it is that I could do. So I asked for Archangel Michael to come and bring her comfort and help her with the crossing over. I saw a lady being stoned to death, though I helped her cross over. I kind of stood in front of her. I put my hand out and pulled her out of the ground. Now I realised it wasn't her physical body that I pulled out of the ground, but I flew away with her spirit. I had an experience where my face melted in the mirror. I know about how spirits will sometimes put their face in front of your face in the mirror, but this it made my eye look like it was sliding down my cheek. It was pretty spooky. Now, this was a lucid dream where I was directly inside it. There were vampires in a mortuary eating the staff. Now, the bit that will always remain in my mind is the fact that the necks had been cut off the staff, and there was one injured vampire, I'll say. One of them was drinking some member of staff who was laid on the floor. There was another one that was jumping around, holding up an assistant by his legs while he was spraying his blood everywhere. It was really, really graphic. And if you've ever had a dream where a being has looked you directly in the eyes, it's a bit unnerving. And this being who was jumping around holding the assistant suddenly turned and looked at me, and then I flew out of there. I literally flew, and then I woke up. There was a robot lady. I couldn't really I didn't stay around to find out who she was or what she was about. The very idea that I got creeped out says to me that it wasn't a positive experience that I was having or about to have. There was a wooden mansion. Now, the outside wasn't wooden, however the interior was dark wood, and there was red and gold, you know, very opulent looking scene. If you like, I was within a room that had a couple of corridors coming off of it. There was queues of people that were pretty much lined up waiting to be taken in to be dispatched. Some of them were scared, some of them were not so scared. However, they were all going to go the same way. There was a hostel place where my friends were killed inside. I remember seeing them getting shot, and I remember seeing the stomach acid coming out of one of their stomachs as they were being shot. There were also these shadow-like creatures that were eating people, and I can remember the sound of the crunching, and like even now it's turning my stomach just thinking about it. But those are some of my more spiritual, possibly negative, or could be seen as negative experiences. However, it's all for my growth anyway. And the last I'm so sorry about that. I'm trying to regulate how loud I'm talking, because I know that I've got people around me and I don't want to annoy my neighbours. On a physical level, just like with the mirror, we were driving. This is before I deleted my other channel with the videos on it. We were driving and I got the sudden urge to look up. I looked up and directly in front of us was a blacked out van with no company logos or anything, no information, but on the back door there was the Freemason G symbol. Not once, but twice. One on the top and one on the bottom, and that was the only thing that was on the van. So I thought, how funny that I'm looking up and I'm seeing that in my everyday life, when just a few weeks ago before this I was a regular guy just living out his life. I thought it was very bizarre that I would come across something like that so early on in my journey. Anyway, so sorry. I think I'm getting upgraded to speak about something. Anyway, I'm going to let you get on. Thank you for being here. If you can't hear me, I'm just going to have to refilm this one, because I've written the list down, because there isn't very much. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, and I will be back in a bit.